this video tutorial, I'm going to explain the paper with the title Detection of Violence in Cartoon Video Using Visual Feature. This research paper is accepted in 25th International Conference on Knowledge-Based and Intelligent Information Engineering System. So let's move forward and let's dig in. These are some of the outlines of the research paper in which we are going to discuss about the introduction. After the introduction, I'm going to explain about the background and motivation. After the background and motivation, I'm going to explain about the problem statement. And after the problem statement, we are going to see about the research goal and objective. After that, we will see the research contribution, research scope, and also we will discuss about the proposed framework, results, and conclusion. So all these are the outlines of the research paper. We are going to discuss about all these outlines one by one or step by step in this video tutorial. So let's move forward. Coming towards the introduction of the research work. So in this research work introduction is the expansion of communication technology has rapidly increasing the development and broadcasting network and has opened now new horizons, means that the technology increased in entertainment industries and all lots of things. Broadcasting industry is increased well. Parents rely on cartoons as a main amusement for the children. Means people think that cartoons are the source of entertainment or amusement for their kids. Cartoon contents can pose serious negative impacts on child behaviors. Realizing the importance of cartoons, videos on child mind and social implications of our society, content aware framework is recommended. So, and this recommended that basically we're focusing on the detection of some violent object, and this research works is you can see that different violent objects and violent things are shown in the cartoons. You can see this is the violent picture you can see in the cartoon. So we are going to detect all these content in the cartoons videos, as you can see in the video. So this video shows the violent object. Now coming towards the background and motivation. So in the background we can see that cartoon videos are produced for kids because kids can entertain themselves with the help of these videos. Unfortunately, there is an inclination towards violence and other objectionable scene and cartoon videos that have very bad effect on the developing personality of the children. So these violent objects can affect the kids and their minds. The primary focus of this work is to propose framework that can detect violent object or violent contents in the cartoon videos. So this is the basic theme of this research work or this research paper. That in this research work and this research paper, we are going to detect the violent objects or the violent contents in the cartoons. So now coming towards the problem statement. So the problem statement is video is a significant form of multimedia which is full of richer content, audio and visual information both in spatial and temporal domain. Cartoon videos when presented to a viewer creates a certain impression on the human mind. There may be some inappropriate contents in the cartoons video which will have negative effects and children mind or which are not really meant for them. Violence detection in cartoon videos is difficult and challenging because of the feature in the cartoon videos are different from the real world. So in the real world videos, low level features could not work there. High level objects are unique and different from real world objects and also different in each cartoon videos. Mapping of features low level middle level features with high level contents. How to detect violence and map low level feature to high level contents in cartoon videos. So these are the problem statement in which the high level, mid level and the low level feature having which detects the violent content. After that, these are but we for this we making some knowledge base which you will which are discussed later in this research paper you will see. So now we are going to see about the what are the research goals and objectives. So the main goal of this research was is to add content awareness in the cartoon videos to predict violence in the videos by identifying different components, objects and characters. Following are the main objects of the proposed work. Means the basic theme of this research work is That just in this research work we're trying to detect the violent object or the violent constant which is used in the cartoons or the cartoon which are which kids are watching for the entertainment purpose. So the main objects are to segregate the cartoons video into the basic building blocks and extract low level features, and the second one is to identify objects in the cartoon videos, and the third one is to identify features that can be used to identify high level objectionable elements, to identify high level objectionable elements using low level features, and the last one is to map the individual perception with objectionable elements. Now we are going to see about the research contribution, that what is the contribution of this research work. So the contribution of this research work is different studies have been carried out to study low level, high level, and multi model feature of violent detection in real time videos. However, according to the existing knowledge, no such work has been found on for the violence detecting in the cartoon videos. The overall contribution of this research work is a cartoon violence detection system that is aware about the severity of the objectionable object content in the videos being presented in the cartoon videos. So no such kind of work has been done in the past on this topic related to this topic. So this is the research contribution. Now moving toward the research scope. So common objectionable content in cartoon videos including violence, disobedience to elders, and bad language. This research would detect objectionable content, violence, and cartoon videos. So basically, this research work focus on only one thing, and that is the objectionable objects or the objectionable contents of the cartoon videos. So this is the research methodology, and the research methodology, the video sequence is coming, and after when the video sequence ends coming, it uses the objectionable classification, and after that objectionable character identification is done. After that object extraction is done, and in the segmentation part we are doing two type of segmentation. The one is spatial segmentation and the one other one is temporal segmentation. And the feature extraction part, low level visual features are extracted from each frame and luma and chroma domain, as you can see in this picture. So the low level feature or the low level visual feature are extracted here, as you see in this diagram. And after that, the proposed work here, the feature extraction is done in different and various 7 channels, which are one frame is fast from 7 channels. And after that, after that we are doing the shot detection and frame detection. So peak, as you can see, the continuous function is coming. You can see the peaks of loma channel, peaks of RGB channel, peaks of HSV channel, and peaks of motions, all these things, and we are doing in the feature extraction. And now we can see the spatial. So these diagrams or these pictures shows the spatial segmentation of the cartoon videos or the images that is used in this research work. Now we are going to see about the temporal segmentation. So these images which is in front of you, these images shows or explain the temporal segmentation. Knowledge bases, basically knowledge bases are the place where all the videos are lies. So these here two type of knowledge bases. One is the object knowledge base, and the other one is character knowledge base. So character knowledge base, the data set and all the feature extraction are here, are done from these knowledge bases. The character knowledge basis, character data set, feature extraction, different color having like color hue histogram. So this is different phases from which these images are forming. This one is the input frame, and after the frame, the RGB without background means here the background is removed, and after that it converted into frame and HSV, and frame and HSV it converted into frame in hue channel. At the end, hue histogram is calculated. Now we are going to see about the character data set, feature extraction domain. So this is the feature extraction domain. Character knowledge based characterization of violent and non-violent characters. These diagram shows the non-violent object. This is given the picture of the Superman, in which intensity of violence is 30% and shows the intensity frequency of violence is 70% and funny it's a 30%. is if we can see these objects. So these objects, we can see to these objects. So these objects are the violent objects. So we are going to detect all these kind of objects in the videos of the cartoons. As we can see, we have defined the shape of the shape feature. So this kind of when this kind of shapes are coming, so we can say that all these are the violent objects. Object knowledge base means the object knowledge base will contain all the object that is contain all the violent object. Characterization of the violent and non-violent objects, if we can see the knife. So knife is a 90% kind of violent nature, and use of violence is 60%. So this is a dangerous or a violent thing. Now coming towards the result and discussion. So in the result and discussion, we can say to test the proposed algorithm, three different datasets are used. First dataset is composed of 200 objects from 20 different classes. In the first dataset, there are total three number of datasets are used. The first dataset contains of 200 objects with 20 different classes. And the second dataset of cartoon character, where total 513 different images of 23 different characters are used for testing of the algorithms. And the third dataset is set to clips from the two classes, violent and non-violent. And this dataset, total 200 chips are used, out of which 100 are violent in nature, and the rest of the 100 are non-violent. Table 1 shows summary of the clips distribution in the two classes. As we can see in this table, there are total number of 200 chips, in which 100 chips are violent and 100 chips are non-violent. As we convert into the percentage, so in 100 percentage, 50% is violent objects and 50% is a non-violent object. Now coming towards the discussion of this research work. So the discussion is to evaluate the performance of the proposed algorithm in object identification. The accuracy rate according to confusion matrix is above 97%, which is quite high. So the algorithms used in this research work, and the work is done, so they provide the result with the 97%. To estimate the actual performance, advanced Myers Matthews correlation coefficient MCC is calculated as 75.3%, which is quite satisfactory. The most challenging job in this research is character identification. 23 different characters are used to test the algorithm, which contains 513 images of these 22 characters. Accuracy and character identification around 96%, which is again not a realistic reflection of the performance because of the unequal distribution of two classes, which is 513 and 11,286. Again, MCC is a better indicator to test the scenario. Value of MCC for cartoon character identification is 58.6%. The low rate is because of background of the character and the data set. This result will considerably high if the background is properly removed in the dataset. Accuracy rate is 77%, which is satisfactory in content-based video retrieval system. Now coming to the conclusion of this research work. So the conclusion of this research work is the violence detection in cartoon is a challenging issue because of the diverse type of violence presenting in animated cartoon. Low-level features that are helpful in real world videos are unable to help in cartoon videos, as color and visual features of the object are far more different in cartoon videos than they are in real world. This concept is exploited in this work. Initially, characters are identified in the scene that is used to estimate the presence of violence. Results are further enhanced by identifying additional objects in the scene. This method predicts the probability of the violence using presence of the different character and objects. In this research work, high accuracy rate is achieved in object identification. However, in case of character identification, accuracy rate is a bit low. One of the major reasons is presence of the background and the sample dataset that have affected the performance. Overall accuracy rate is around 77%, which is quite satisfactory, and it's all about the explanation of this research work.